Let's start with one of the most commonly used forecasting techniques, the simple moving average. A simple moving average forecasts the future demand by averaging the demand from the recent past. Let's look at a simple example. Assume you have data for the last 12 months of actual demand of 10 products. You want to forecast the demand for the month of January 2026. If we use a 3-month moving average, we will take the average of actual demand from the last 3 months, that is October to December. For example, in case of SQ001, the forecasted demand for the month of January 2026 will be 101 units because we will take the average of October, November, and December, which is 101, 100, and 102. Moving averages can be calculated over different ranges. For example, 3-month moving average, 6-month moving average, or 12-month moving average. The logic stays the same. Only the number of periods included in the average change. A 3-month moving average uses the last 3 months of data, whereas 12-month moving average uses the last 12 months of data. The choice of range has a direct impact on how the forecast behaves. Using a shorter range for moving average will produce a responsive or a volatile forecast, whereas using a longer range of average will produce a more stable forecast. This brings us to an important concept, that is forecast responsiveness versus stability. Responsiveness refers to the ability of a forecast to quickly adjust to real changes in demand patterns. In other words, it refers to how fast your forecast responds to genuine changes in demand. Stability, on the other hand, refers to the ability of a forecast to stay consistent over time. In other words, how well your forecast avoids overreacting to random noise in demand. Ideally, you would want to strike a fine balance between the two. An over-responsive forecast will lead to high volatility, which can ultimately give confusing signals to supply and production teams. An overly stable forecast, on the other hand, is good for supply planning teams. However, it might not appropriately take into account genuine changes in demand. A shorter moving average, like a 3-month average, reacts quickly to recent demand changes, and that's why it's more responsive. A longer moving average, like a 12-month average, reacts slowly to demand changes and is more stable. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Assume this product had fairly stable demand of 100 units per month for a very long time. But in the last 3 months, the demand suddenly increased. In October, it was 150 units, November 160 units, and December 170 units. Now we need to forecast the demand for the month of January 2026. If we use a 3-month moving average, it results in a forecast of around 160 units for the month of January. And even for the months after, the forecast will be in the range of 160 units or so. You can see that the forecast has responded quickly to recent demand changes because the moving average is heavily influenced by recent demand. Now let's take a look at 12-month moving average. Here the forecast includes 9 months of demand at around 100 units and only 3 months of higher demand. So even though the forecast for the month of January does increase with the 12-month moving average as well, but it increases much more gradually. Instead of jumping to 160 right away, the 12-month moving average might move to something in the range of around 115 to 120 units. This clearly shows the trade-off. A shorter moving average reacts quickly to demand changes, and it's more responsive. A longer moving average smooths out sudden changes and is more stable. The range of average needs to be selected carefully because there are pros and cons on both sides. If recent spike in demand is temporary or driven by a one-off event, then using a short-range moving average might overreact to these demand spikes and might result in an overforecasted demand. On the other hand, if the recent spike in demand is of a permanent nature and business expects it to continue, then using a long-range moving average might be too slow to react to these genuine demand shifts. This is why choosing the range of moving average is not a technical decision or a mathematical decision. It's a business decision. The right choice depends upon the nature of the product, the life cycle of the product, and how quickly the business wants the forecast to react.